What's happening, guys? I come to you from a very, very rainy Balinese day. We're actually right next to the airport, so you'll probably hear a lot of flights going past as well. So why are we still here when we're meant to be in Dubai? So our flight got cancelled yesterday. Me and Ailey were actually sat at the airport yesterday, sat down doing work, deep in amongst it. A tannoy went off and everything. We didn't actually even know what happened, and I went over quite shocked, like, where is everyone? And the guy said to us dead candidly, yeah, the flight's been cancelled, so you need to go and sort out a hotel. Luckily, Emirates being Emirates sorted us out. We've stayed in a really, really nice hotel overnight, and it kind of extended the stay. Like, we weren't ready to leave, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and make a video today, like what I've sort of learned in this like new chapter of my life. So if anyone's been following me for any period of time, you'll know that I no longer reside in the UK. I don't actually reside anywhere. I'm essentially a full-blown modern day gypsy. Me and Ailey, we're on the move. We've got loads of travelling coming up this year, but we've basically spent the last 4 months in Asia. Specifically, we've been in Bali for like 3 months of that. And I wanted to just break down like the biggest shifts that I've went through. Like, I always talk to our clients about, like, you always have to be going through paradigm shifts. So what is a paradigm shift? It's essentially like a shift in beliefs, a shift in thinking. And I seen a quote the other day that I thought was amazing, and it was, can we just stop calling it, what was it again? Can we stop calling it, what was the fucking thing called again, where everyone says it now and it's very, very normal? Imposter syndrome. Can we stop calling it imposter syndrome, and can we just start calling it inexperience? Like, anytime you go into a new chapter of your life, you're going to have feelings of self-doubt, you're going to have a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of new stuff going on in your life, but at the other side of that, you're going to get a lot of growth. And I wanted to share the biggest things across 3 elements: professional, personal, and athleticism, health, whatever you want to call it. I always break everything down into these 3 quadrants. Thunder is mad right now, fingers crossed our flight doesn't get cancelled again. But we start off athletically. One of the biggest things it's really taught me to do is like be really at peace and just enjoy the process. I'll be honest, the first 2 months I was out here, I did not enjoy my training at all. Like, really, really did not enjoy it. And looking back, it was for a few different reasons. I felt like I was trying to fit a square peg into a soccer hole. We were not adapted to the heat. It caught me off guard. I've been out and trained in the heat before, but I've never tried to push this kind of performance volume in the heat. It just makes everything 10 times harder. It really, really does. And I probably underestimated that, but that frustration, that kind of feeling like I was butting my head against things for a long period of time is like really taught me a lot of patience. And actually, when we left Canggu, stopped training Nirvana and started training Bamboo, shout out to Bamboo, absolutely loved that place over the last month. It just really reminded me of the power of environment and why it's so important to be in a gym or space that is going to elevate what you're trying to do. Now, Nirvana was excellent. I absolutely loved that place, but it was very much so focused around well-being, health. Like, obviously health, everything's focused around health, but you know what I mean? It was like very, very airy-fairy, and there was stretching and stuff, right? I love stretching, but it was very, very focused around like mobility and flexibility, whereas I'm about mobility and flexibility, but I'm also about high performance. And being in that environment's really brought the best out of me, and I've just loved training for the last like 3 or 4 weeks. It's been absolutely incredible. So my biggest lesson probably from like an athleticism and health standpoint is that, number one, environment dictates. Environment is so important. If you are in a gym that you are not inspired in being in, go and find another gym. Like, if you're dreading going there and you don't like it, like, it's not helping you. You need to think, like, are the people in your gym correspondent with the goals that you want? If you are like into hybrid style training, you're training in a bodybuilding gym, it doesn't align. It's not to say that it's a bad thing, right? But you'll find yourself picking up traits and characteristics of people who are not in line with your goals. So find a space and environment that's going to elevate you and propel you forward. And then also on top of that, like, if you're going through something, like, just be at peace with where you're at. Like, I just didn't make peace with the heat acclimatization, and I was just fighting it for such a long period of time, and it made everything a lot harder. Secondly, personally, so the biggest sort of shift that I've went through there, and the biggest lesson I've had from a personal standpoint, is the fact that we gave up all of our belongings. Like, we gave up everything, and since I've been away, I'm proud to say every single morning I've stuck to my morning routine. I've woke up, I've done something hard, I've either done burpees, push-ups or air squats, or all 3 or all 2, and I do like some reps there. And I also then I go through all my AM routine, doesn't matter what I do, but then I've actually done a gratitude journal every single morning. And Ailey's parents were here last week, and I had a conversation with them, and they were just talking about, are you going to miss this place? And I was like, yeah. I was like, it's really simplified my life more than ever, and what it's allowed me to really see is that I've really just operated from a place of values, because I don't have a car anymore, I don't have a house anymore, I don't have belongings. I've got belongings, but I've literally got a suitcase and a backpack, and I've got my camera, I've literally got my laptop, I've got my chargers, I've got like some things in there that are meaningful to me, like some bits of jewellery that my mum got me that's meaningful to me. But apart from that, like, my day is entirely centred around my actions. Now, I know that's the same for every single person, but I was stripped back of everything, and what it really laid bare to me was the importance of your daily actions and rituals. They are what make you you. And I've just became very in tune with that, because like this place isn't a very materialistic place, believe it or not. We're in Dubai for a bit, and it's very flash. Now there is flash people here, there is false people here, there's influencers, I'm not saying influencers are bad, by the way, right? But you get the point I'm trying to get at. There's like people that are gallus everywhere and stuff, right? But here, like I barely wear a t-shirt. I'm always cutting about in flip-flops. I've wore a real pair of shoes fucking once in the last 4 months, and the point I'm trying to get at from that, from like a personal standpoint, is that it's really taught me that like belongings don't actually matter. It's what you do that matters most. Now belongings are nice as well, I'm not saying that, right? But that's what comes first, and that's been my biggest lesson from it. Like if you were stripped back and had nothing, how much of your daily actions truly reflect who you are as a person? And that's what it's done to me. It's laid bare and went, yeah, you know who you are, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, and your day's entirely about around that. And then lastly, my biggest lesson professionally is that I've just really removed a lot of limiting beliefs, and I'm not gonna, there's been loads there, but the biggest one, like coming in a different environment, different space, and being around different people and speaking to people at like different levels and higher levels, has just made me realise like how small I was playing it. Now I'm not saying that's because of my environment, I'm just saying that like I've went through so many shifts like this where I've got to certain points where I realised that fuck, I am not playing the game as hard as I thought I am. And I seen an incredible post today. It was actually not a post, it was a quote in a book, and the book actually said, the right thing not done for long enough won't see any success. And that's the biggest thing that I've really seen with that. It's like you can be doing all the right things on paper, but there is actually like truth in actually doing things consistently bad. And it's not that I was doing things consistently bad, but yeah, I've just like really elevated my state, really elevated my standards, and as a result of that, like, I've been able to just turn up like the guy I want to be, and it's been great. It's been absolutely awesome, and I'm so excited about the future right now. I'd honestly admit that like before we left, I was probably feeling a little bit stagnant. There was a lot of good things going on, but I'd kind of lost that little bit of a spark. I'd kind of lost that bit of vision, and I feel like I've really got that back. So that's probably my biggest sort of realisation and epiphany, is that if you want to make things happen, you just need to take risks. You just need to put one foot in front of the other, and you can only lose when you quit. And that's what I keep reminding myself, because there's been a lot of squeaky bum moments and a lot of what ifs and a lot of self-doubt, and the fear is always like, can I pull this off, can I do this? And ultimately the only way I will not be able to do it is if I stop. And ultimately, if I just keep fucking putting one foot in front of the other, keep turning up, keep slotting the two piece into the machine, that was a quote from Joe Parrish that I always love and I always say, you will always get a payout and it'll always be on its way. So yeah guys, like please share in the comments below what your biggest takeaway was from my lessons, how they relate to your life, if they spoke to you. And also guys, if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Anyway, have an incredible day. We're going to go and get a flight and hopefully it doesn't get cancelled. We're going to get to Dubai and then we're going to crush High Rocks this weekend. Let's go.